Now, halfway through the week at Friendly Pines Camp, I remember calling home, and Dad answered the phone, and we small talked for a while. I think it was mostly me beating around the bush. And finally, I told my dad, I said, well, I think it's really weird around here, and I don't really fit in, and I don't think this is the place for me. I was kind of beginning to doubt the judgment I had made. Bottom line, I wanted out. And Dad listened patiently, which, God bless him, that's not one of his strong suits. And he finally said, Scott, isn't this what you've wanted to do for a long time? To get a good education in conservation at a place you've selected to go to school at. I thought for a little bit, yeah, you're right. Then he said, then why don't you give it a chance? Well, what could I say over that deal? So I stuck it out, and I have not one regret to this day. I even realized that I had a lot in common with those hippies. Now, I truly believe that Jesus had within him the power to stop what was about to transpire. Just like I had the power to throw in the towel and come back to Missouri. Although Jesus' stake was a lot higher than my own. You see, bottom line, we both wanted confirmation from our fathers to make the decision for us. Maybe a little bit out of respect. If my dad would have said, sure, come on home, or even Jesus' father said, hey, no problem, son. I'll figure out another way to save mankind. I guarantee we both would have been on the next bus out of town. I think it would have happened that fast. But it didn't happen that way, and the reward was great in the end for both of us. Now, the examples that I cited at the beginning from the article in the Christian Ranchman are all reflective of past presidents. But there isn't a day that goes by when we do not read in the paper or hear on the news about someone who has displayed great courage. Common people from all walks of life. A passerby rescues a trapped motorist. A pilot controls a potential crash landing, saves the lives of all on board. A citizen stops the assault of someone who's being mugged. We could literally fill pages upon pages with their names and deeds. These acts are all unselfish and display a courage to the level of heroism. But let me tell you what real courage is. Real courage is the teacher who confronts an abusive parent and alerts the authorities. Real courage is the person who admits they have a substance abuse or a drinking problem and chooses to do something about it. Real courage is the kid in school who stands up for a fellow classmate, even if doing so will make them unpopular. Real courage is the single parent who works a full-time job and still finds time to spend with their children so they grow up in a loving, nurturing environment. Real courage is the young man or young woman who enlist in the service during wartime because they want to be a part and they believe in something greater than themselves. Real courage is the person in corporate America who still believes in ethics, fairness, and morality, and honesty. Real courage is the congressional leader who believes in the founding principles of our forefathers and who believes in a nation that is backed by "In God We Trust." Real courage is as simple as the person who admits they have made a mistake, who can ask for forgiveness, and who can be forgiven. Believe it or not, one of my favorite movies is the original Wizard of Oz, because people could truly act back then. And I believe there's also a great underlying story. Dorothy wanted desperately to get back home. The Scarecrow wanted to be smart. The tin man wanted to have a heart, and the cowardly lion desperately wanted courage. Each character had their own agenda whenever they found the wizard, and desperately needed his help to fill in what they perceived they were missing. When the troop finally reached the wizard, after many ups and downs and trials along the way, they discovered what they thought they were missing, the ability to get home, to be smart, to have a heart, and to have courage, was right there all along. It only needed to be confirmed by someone greater than themselves. Jesus confirmed for us. And whenever we feel we don't have the courage, I want you to remember the garden. I want you to remember Jesus' trial in the city. And I want you to remember the cross. Amen.
Thank you for joining us on our pre-recorded Sunday morning service. If you would like a copy, you can contact the office at 660-359-6762 or email us at wesleym@sbcglobal.net. Feel free to visit us in person or online at wesleyunitedmethodist.us, where you will always find open hearts, open minds, and open doors. May the blessings of Jesus Christ be upon you in every aspect of your life.